Good evening, beautiful people. Don't forget to follow at the younger me. I need to put that underscore. I'm just going to pin that. Evening, Mr. Free Your Mind. How are you? I know your name is King, but I'm going to call... your name is Prince, but I'm going to call you King. How are you doing? There we go. Hi, Richie. How are you? Hey, Steffy. Just waiting for Lover, also known as Anowah, to join me so we can kickstart this discussion. So I want to get the opinion of men in particular, because I know, because I'm a woman, I know what some women do. If I ever say women, I usually mean the majority and not every woman. So, hey Richie, I'm fine, thank you. Glad you are as well. So, the question that we will be discussing today is, in the initial stages of a relationship, or rather getting to know stages of a relationship, why do women refrain from, showing, showing or exposing the habits they have until they get really comfortable with a man, they enter a relationship, and then they just do everything. For example, during the getting to know stages of a relationship or courtship, good evening, beautiful people. Don't forget to follow at the younger me. I need to put that underscore. I'm just going to pin that. Evening, Mr. Free Your Mind. How are you? I know your name is King, but I'm going to call... your name is Prince, but I'm going to call you King. How are you doing? There we go. Hi, Richie. How are you? Hey, Steffy. Just waiting for Lover, also known as Anowah, to join me so we can kickstart this discussion. So I want to get the opinion of men in particular, because I know, because I'm a woman, I know what some women do. If I ever say women, I usually mean the majority and not every woman. So, hey Richie, I'm fine, thank you. Glad you are as well. So, the question that we will be discussing today is, in the initial stages of a relationship, or rather getting to know stages of a relationship, why do women refrain from, showing, showing or exposing the habits they have until they get really comfortable with a man, they enter a relationship, and then they just do everything. For example, during the getting to know stages of a relationship or a courtship, some women may refrain from burping, from farting. Yes, maybe no one wants to hear this, but it's the truth for many women. They won't use the guy's toilet because I guess they're ashamed, or because society puts pressure on them and makes them think that they shouldn't be using a guy's toilet. I don't know, it's a very weird thing, which is why I'd like to hear your opinion. Do men do this as well? The question is for both men and women, but I'd like to know and hear from some men as well. Do you guys refrain from doing certain things? Go live with Barbara. You'll see her shortly. Barbara, I know you're laughing, but you know it's true. Hey, Flo. So, hey, lover.
Hi, Lover.
You're glowing.
Oh, thanks. So are you.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
very much. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you? How's your day been?
Good. Your hair looks gorgeous as well. You told me you just washed that. It looks amazing.
I just washed it. It's just, yeah. We're looking fresh today.
It looks so good. Okay, so the question, right, that we're discussing today, you already know what the question is, right?
Yeah.
Why do some women and some men refrain from showing all of their habits, like just being themselves in the getting to know stages of a relationship or a courtship? Like, some women will refrain from farting, they won't want to use the guy's toilet, they won't burp in front of him. It's
That's
ridiculous.
weird.
These are involuntary actions. What did you say?
I said it's weird that people do that.
So you know it as well. You know people do these things.
I know one person who's been with her partner for 5 years and she still hasn't
Wow.
farted in front of him.
See, okay. I say this, but I probably wouldn't fart in front of a guy either. If you
In front of your
want to-
husband? You've been with your husband for years.
I'm sorry, it's foul. No. I wouldn't. But that
Oh
is
my
me.
God.
That is me. It's me. It's me. I'm uncomfortable with that. Just toilet. I'm sure it's not far from you. It's not far from you. Go to the toilet. If I burp,
to me,
I'll cover my
it's
mouth
gas.
and I'll say, excuse me. What
It
did you
is
say?
gas. It's gas.
It's gas.
literally, like, it's part of like your human bodily functions. I mean, guys
True.
who are watching this, do you not agree? Like,
Of course
it's part
it
of our
is.
bodily functions.
Yes, it's an involuntary action, but I just think it's courteous to excuse yourself. I mean, obviously you don't have to say, I just need to go to the toilet for a second. Just go into the toilet and do what you need to do and then come back and feel refreshed. What about you? Is that not something you would do? Am I just the weird one? See, Steffy says it's etiquette.
No, Stephanie doesn't count. I'm sorry.
Because she's not human. Is she not human?
Yeah, Stephanie's human, but Stephanie doesn't count. Stephanie has a lot of... Because Stephanie is very... She has very... Like, there's a lot of things she wouldn't do in front of someone else. And she likes the whole TMI. Don't say what at me. You know this. She goes TMI. But, like,
She will come
it's
after
not
you.
TMI all the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Like-
Barbara says yes, but etiquette is from the norm. So, Barbara, would you fart in front of a guy that you're courting? Would that
For
be?
everything. Oh, listen to this. My girl, she farts. You can't suffer in silence, but then sprays the area. Awesome.
No, but
Awesome.
some people really don't like that.
No, there's some people. You have to know your partner, obviously. But I can't
Yes.
imagine you being with someone. This is to me a minor issue of the things that you're going to be doing for life. Anyway, that
True.
you won't be able to fart. I mean, I fart.
No, it's human. We all do it. I mean, I know that there are some women, some boys.
That you don't. You're very
Stop it.
like.
I'm human. I excuse myself. I will leave the room.
You can't excuse yourself all the time.
Of course you can. It's very possible. It is.
Wow.
It's possible. I know you might think it's strange, but it's so possible.
I
Okay,
think that's
let me
just
read.
a headache.
It is. But okay, say for example, you're on your first date. Are you going to start farting in front of the guy? I mean, burping, that's something like I'll cover my mouth and say, excuse me. I'm fine with that. But farting, it's just a no-no. It's a no-never. It's never going to happen.
It's very weird. Me? I hope it's not me.
I can accept that. See, Steffi says leave the room. It's not a big deal. The room shouldn't...
It is
I mean,
a
the
big
door isn't
deal.
that far.
Like, so what? I'm relaxed in my house, in our house. Hey, cuz. Hi, everybody. I'm relaxed in my house. I'm with my partner.
Yeah.
And I want to burp or fart. I don't know. I'm watching TV. I have to get up. Oh, wait. Pause my show and go upstairs. Go fart and come back.
Oh,
Why?
absolutely. No, okay, maybe not upstairs, just outside of the, close the
And
door
you know,
if you're in
some
the living
farts
room.
are loud. Some farts are very loud. So
Then
even
cough.
if you went outside or left the room, it could still be heard.
Then cough and fart in unison. Make a melodious sound. I'm being so serious. Steffi says, why smell up the room? I'm all for, yes, I agree. Hey, DJ.
You can spray the room. There are toilet refresheners. There's air refresheners. There's different stuff that you can use.
Okay, I will say... Hi, TV Skews. How are you? I will say that some guys and some girls, or some men and women, are put off by these things. If
Okay.
a girl or a guy
I
really
mean, it's
farts in
different
front
if
of
your partner is
someone again.
like put off by certain things. That one I can kind of understand.
Yeah.
But at the same, like, so you would, I think you would do things to, you know, kind of help your partner along, but then there has to be a compromise. Okay, so for those that have joined the conversation, we're just talking about why certain couples, you know, either female or male, hide certain things from their partners. That's what we're talking about. So Nayoka gave an example of farting in front of your partner that she
or potential partners,
whichever.
Yeah. No, but say for example, you're just getting to know a guy. This is the second time you've met him. Maybe he invites you to his house. Are you going to sit there and fart in front of him and then just be like, "Oh, excuse me, it's normal. Inhale it.
What,
You'll be fine." You mean like first time? Second time. See, why does it even make a difference?
I don't know. Initially, I probably wouldn't.
Why not? Because everyone farts.
Yeah, but I'm nervous anyway. I get nervous anyway. So if I'm
farting more, nervous farts, you'll be farting a lot more.
Nervous farts are horrible, but hopefully I wouldn't have a nervous fart. But what I'm saying is, like, I know initially, like, even going to the loo or certain things, like, I can't do. My whole body, like, freezes up. Like, it takes me a while to get comfortable if I'm going to sleep over for the first time. So for the first couple of whatevers, I guess, you know,
See what I mean? But this is the thing.
When I'm comfortable, I let it rip. I let it rip in front of Stephanie. And
why
you
do
guys
you have to get comfortable first? Why can't
because
you just
I'm
be
comfortable.
See, this is the problem. It's off-putting for some people. If you're not yourself, obviously everyone knows people fart and they burp. So why not just do it on your first date? Why are you hiding it? Obviously, it's possible. Yes, you are. Okay, Barbara says, I once put food in my mouth and open and was playing. My ex told me that was the most attractive thing ever, as he said that I was myself, which is why he liked me and we still talk. That is really sweet.
That's really sweet.
That he's accepting her for who she is. Yeah, absolutely. If that's how you chew, Barbara, chew with your whole mouth open. Let us see all your 32 teeth. It's not even a big deal. No. So far as the guy is fine with it and you're comfortable, there's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, okay, so apart from those kind of bodily functions, what else do you think people hide from their partners?
Some women. I don't know about men. This is why men. I'd like you to get involved. Yeah, some maybe men do this as well, but some men don't. Some women don't want to use their potential partner's toilet. I'm not talking about when they're in a relationship. I mean, during their courtship, they don't want to use his toilet.
Why? Is it out of fear or out of hygiene?
Probably just the stench. You laugh, but it's so true. Seriously, I know it's ridiculous. I know, but people do these things. Have you heard of VIP? VIP. Have you seen that advert?
Yeah, I think...
it's ridiculous. Why? What's the point?
No, it really does work when you go. So when I travel with other people, I take that and I use it, and it's fine. It works.
What's wrong with air freshener?
I mean, you don't even have to use VIP because it's expensive. Britney Spears perfume works as well.
1 second. What's wrong with air freshener? When did we stop using air freshener?
It kind of like it must sit before, so you don't even need it. Like it works.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like you said, it's a normal bodily function. Just go to the toilet, If someone can smell it, well, they know you're human. You use the
But you're
toilet as
saying no, but like you said, if how do you call it? Your partner is it's something that bothers your partner, kind of a thing. Using that helps. That's you being considerate.
yes,
It's
okay.
all compromise. Stephanie mentioned people hide their spending habits.
Yes, this is true.
I
Let me
think
just
that's
quickly read a
very
comment.
human.
Let me just quickly read a comment. Richie sent it earlier. He said, when you share your life with someone on all intimate levels, is it unavoidable that your mutual farting habits will become part of your interaction? You'd have to be awfully comfortable. I'm telling you, I can't do it. But that's not just, that's in front of anyone. No. Not even
I'll
close.
find
Just
something.
no.
I don't care.
I just can't do it. I can't. My body will
I
probably
don't know
freeze
why
up.
you can't.
Say that
Anyway,
again.
I said I don't know why you can't.
It's just I find it so odd. But yeah, some people hide their spending habits. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
But that's true. Once again, why? So then when you're in a
Because
committed relationship, you will...
I don't know. Some people think, no, it depends on your relationship. My aunt was married to some guy who was very, very, very stingy with money. Very, I don't know. So she used to buy things and hide it. But
Why?
it was
It's not his money, right?
yeah, but it was still a problem for him.
Okay. Was that relationship successful?
No, that's why I said my aunt was married.
Oh, right. Wasn't listening. I have selective hearing. Sorry. That, yeah, you probably shouldn't hide your spending habits. It's not a good idea. You should be free to be yourself. Wholly. Like, completely.
That includes bodily functions. Oh my gosh.
Yes, but some people, like Steffi and I, just would rather not. No?
Anyway,
But
if I start going on, I'll continue going on with this bodily functions.
Oware says, why are you even going to sleep there? Are you married to him? Shame. Okay. Flo says, them silent farts are killers. See? However, it's a you see, if it's a silent one and you and him are the only ones in the room, well, obviously one of you did it, and if he knows that he didn't, it's coming from you. Step outside the room. I would, but obviously not everyone would. Guys, let us hear from you. Flo says she cannot hide her spending habits. It shows. Barbara says, me too. I'm just myself, to be honest. Seriously. Yeah, absolutely. You should be free to be yourself. What about yourself? Is there anything that you hide in a relationship? Would you like to share that so we all know?
Thanks for that.
Tell us. Just one thing.
I don't know. Did I hide anything?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't hidden anything. No.
Good. I'm glad.
I can't think
didn't
of
hide anything
anything.
either. I'm just funny about farting. It's just weird to me.
Oh,
not
hi,
weird, but I know the church. Steffi said she used to hide that she could sing.
Right.
Why would you hide something
Why?
like that?
I know.
Her voice
That's
is
hiding. Was it because you were shy? Or you didn't want him to?
You know, some people, right, when you say I can sing, they're usually like, oh my gosh, let me hear you. And maybe that's what she didn't want to happen. She didn't want to be put on the spot. Is that what it is?
I hate that. I really hate that.
Exactly. Exactly what it is. Okay, no, she says, not really. Sorry. We're just We're jumping the gun. That's not.
I love how
That's
we're
not what
moving.
it is at all. Barbara says, love me for who I am. So silent farts and all that comes with it. Okay, if it's a silent fart, Barbara, are you going to sit there or are you going to say something like, excuse me? Or are you hoping that he'll just ignore the fact that you farted and continue with the movie?
Silent one. I would just start laughing. I literally cannot stop laughing. I burst out laughing. I think
Are
it's
you
funny.
serious?
I mean, you're my husband. You're my boyfriend.
Okay, what if he's not your husband and this is your second date and you've gone to his house?
I wouldn't go to his house on the second date. Why am I going to his house on the second date?
Okay, on the 5th date then. I don't know. I don't know how you kids do it nowadays. On the 5th date, the 10th, whatever, 2 weeks after you first meet. Wow.
Then when I go to his house, then I should know that we're heading towards something.
So you should be comfortable enough. You should be comfortable enough.
Exactly. I will still do it. I'm sorry. If I'm not comfortable with a person, then why am I going to your house anyway? I'll be nervous, but if I'm not comfortable with you, then there's no point in me starting that going to your house thing anyway to begin with.
Very true.
So,
Steffy says she felt too close. It felt too close to her for her to share. Okay. Barbara says, I will sit down and he will discover it by the smell. I'd probably just, I just couldn't do it. I'd just bolt out of the door and he'd be like, what's wrong with her? That doesn't matter.
But,
let me do what I'm doing.
If Stephanie's hiding her singing because it's something that feels close to her, does that mean people are hiding? I mean, not like negative things, but like, because her talent isn't like a bad thing. Her talent is amazing. So she's hiding. So people are hiding like certain positive things about them because it feels too close to them. That means they're not being as open in a relationship. Is that a good thing?
Well,
I mean, how much do you have to share with a partner? I don't know this. I'm just asking.
Everything, I'd say. I mean, if you're dating, share everything. If you're courting, I mean, you know, how you know, drop one little fact at a time. Don't just, you know, put it all out there. I think that might be a bit much. We don't want judgment. Yes, she's right. No one likes being judged. And if the person is judgmental, you probably shouldn't be with them anyway, because you're never going to feel comfortable enough to share everything with them or even be yourself around them. If you realize after some time, I don't know, 2 weeks, a few months, that you don't feel comfortable just being yourself around them, then maybe that relationship is not for you. I mean, with the farting thing, I can't do that around anyone. It's not just a guy. That's anybody. Mother, son, auntie, uncle. Just no, it's not going to happen.
Well, I grew up in a house where it was free to do so. So whether it was my parents, whether it was my uncles and aunties, my brothers,
really cool.
It's like, you know, and sometimes he'll be like, hey, who pushed? That's what I did.
But I think that's lovely. I personally think that's great. My household was probably very different. No one farted in the midst of anyone else. So maybe that's just how I grew up. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
Yeah. Flo says, what will you do if your partner farts while you are eating? I'd pass out. It would probably just knock me out. Knock me out straight away. Did you say you give him VIP?
Is that what she said?
No, I thought that's what you said.
No, it's just Stephanie said, like, she would give him the dirtiest look and he would die right there. Whereas,
wow, Steffi, stop being so harsh.
He's very harsh.
Let him live. Maybe, you see, the thing is, maybe the guy is comfortable enough around you to be able to be himself.
Exactly.
But if that's the case, then for a woman, she should be just as comfortable. If he can fight in front of you, then so can you.
Yeah, however, but like you said, that's not her thing. So she doesn't want to do it. But he feels comfortable enough too. I don't know if that's a problem. I don't know if that can break up relationships. I don't know. That's just extra.
Some people are funny like that. They don't. Have you never heard of people that don't like how their date choose food. I have.
I don't like how some people eat. I can watch someone chew food, and there's some people that I just like. I feel like, hi, Auntie Sheila, and I can like, I don't know. Some people when they chew, it's annoying.
Barbara says I'm harsh. Love her, am I harsh?
I don't think you're harsh. I just think you and Stephanie are a lot, man.
I think we go to great lengths, maybe not to make other people feel uncomfortable, but if we wouldn't want something done in front of us, we wouldn't do it to them, whether they mind or not. I think that's what it is. Steffi says it won't break up a relationship. I don't know. For some people, it might. What if you're with a guy and he chews with his mouth open? Yeah, he has food falling out of his mouth. Would you be comfortable taking him to family functions? Or would you be like, could you please stop chewing like a beast?
Yeah,
and just close your mouth?
I don't know if this makes sense to anybody else. But sometimes, when you love someone, when you're in love, you don't notice certain flaws. Like when you're really in love, you don't notice certain flaws. And sometimes when you break up with a person, you look back, you're like, ew. Like, that was so annoying. Like, the way he used to chew was annoying. Or even I didn't notice his forehead was that big.
Wow.
Stuff like that. Like, yeah. So I don't know. You would tell them if it's embarrassing to you, I guess. But if it doesn't bother you, you wouldn't care. If they go to family functions and they eat that, you'll be like, okay, that's how you
do you. Barbara says, haha, too posh, man. Just be yourself. Remember, we are all different. She said that's petty to break up over that. That's Steffi. Barbara says, look at Beauty and the Beast. It's true. The thing is, we are all different. And some people are willing to accept you for who you are. And some people will want to change the way you chew. It's true. Some people will try and change you. Have you never seen that in a relationship before? A guy tries to change a girl, or the girl tries to change a guy, or you try and change to suit the other person's preferences.
But what if you don't use the word change? You I don't know what the word will be, but
alter.
You kind of compromise on certain things, certain attitudes, certain I don't know, ways that you act to make someone else comfortable. And Stephanie, you're right. And maybe that's why people hide stuff, because you're trying to appease the other person that you're with.
Exactly.
It's not like you're changing your whole attitude or anything about you, like drastically, but you're just toning down certain things that you would do. And maybe,
don't you think that long term that could definitely cause some issues? I mean, I think farting and burping, that's all just those are minor, but what about your character? Norressa says people want to make a good first impression.
But you
that's
can't
true.
really hide your character for that long. Like, you can't pretend to be someone for a very long time. It will come out.
Okay. What about women?
Unless you're a really good professional person, like those bigamists that fight families, they hide a whole other, lifestyle, but it still comes out.
Yeah,
it still comes out somehow. It still comes out.
Okay, there are some women and possibly some men as well. Well, I guess some men wear makeup, but maybe not as often. Some women, I know a couple who wear makeup like constantly, that as soon they get up first thing in the morning to put it up, so the guy who's lying beside them doesn't even know what they look like. They go to bed with it on. There's no way that this guy will actually know what you look like until maybe you get married or you go on a holiday together and you get in the swimming pool, which happened to a woman. She got married to this man. She wore makeup throughout their relationship. She went on not on a cruise, they went away somewhere. She went swimming, came out of the pool, and she practically had a new face, which was her real face, and he divorced her. And that was the end of their marriage. Yes, he divorced her. He didn't know what she looked like. Don't you think that's fair, though? She wasn't being herself. Look, if it was a man, we'd be just as critical. say he lied to you and said that he had thousands of pounds, or he had his own business, or something, he just lied to you throughout your relationship, and then when you get married you find out his whole life was a lie, you'd probably divorce him too.
Yeah,